In the flag stand for the start of the race, the mayor of the state of Indiana, Mitch Daniels, along with his daughter Meredith, her husband Drew, plus their son-in-law Joel. Here we go. The green flag, will it fly? It will. The early leader is going to be Ryan Briscoe. James Hinchcliffe across the yard of bricks. Marco Andretti is third. Already in turn number one. All the cars looks like safely through. Jake Query.
Elio Castro Neves is trying to work his way around, but Ryan Briscoe right now, 3 car lengths ahead of Hinch as he moves into turn number 2. We watch the field safely through turn number 2. Ryan Briscoe the leader into turn number 3.
Briscoe with a bit of a jump. They're fanning out 3 and 4 wide, about mid-pack back. Elio Castro Neves wants another spot. Ryan Hunter-Ray is his intended target as they scream out of turn number 3.
And now it's James Hinchcliffe in that bright green GoDaddy car right on the tail of Ryan Briscoe. About a 3-car length advantage down the main straightaway.
Here comes James Hinchcliffe. He'll move to the inside of Briscoe. He'll be the leader of lap number 1 as he leads by a nose at the yard of bricks. That's Marco Andretti. He'll move to the inside of his teammate James Hinchcliffe. So now we've got a new runner in second place. Jake Query headed to 2.
Marco Andretti sets off now in pursuit of Ryan Briscoe. He does so with about an 8-car length gap to make up on that number 2 eyes-on machine. Ryan Briscoe pedaling hard, Marco Andretti in his tire track.
And Marco Andretti is coming. Kyle Moyer said last Sunday after the practice and qualifying session was over, that 26 car is awfully fast. Turn 2, Jake Query.
We have a car up against the wall in turn number 2. It is Brian Clausen, the rookie who had a problem. I don't know if he made contact. He got loose in between 1 and 2. I might have spoken too early. I think he avoided contact. The car has come to a stop. He is sitting perpendicular in the south end of the track. The Homatro safety crew is there. That Angie's List, Sarah Fisher Hartman Racing Machine, Brian Clausen, and he is saying, guys, spin me around.
Mike Conway, remember a couple of years ago, he had a monstrous hit on the north end. As we watch the replay, Davey, here it is, as Mike Conway running in front of Will Power. It looks like the wiggle began. Power had nowhere to go. He guessed wrong, and boom, they make contact, but it was Mike Conway who started all of that.
Happened there, Mike, is Mike Conway, as you said, did lose the car. Will Power was a ways behind him, but couldn't get down out of the way. It's like his car was understeering too. When he went to go underneath of him, it just wouldn't turn. He got on the brakes. You see him skid the front tires and run into him. Now, the bad thing is, these new cars, obviously,
they get airborne.
The bad thing, not only airborne, but when they hit the wall, they tip up and put the cage or the top driver's head towards the fencing, which is not good whatsoever.
And Will Power's car literally, Davey, ran all the way underneath the Mike Conway car. And for the second time now in 3 years, Mike Conway has gone for a bit of a flight here at the Indianapolis Motor
he sure
Speedway.
has.
Here, nice start here for Sato. He's got about a 4-car length lead. Then you have the tandem, the 2 target cars, and now it's Franchitti and Dixon side by side.
Yeah, so the red and white target cars will do battle behind Sato. James Hinchcliffe runs fourth. They're already through turn number 1. Jake Query headed to you.
Takuma Sato had made it 7 different nations to lead this race. Dario Franchitti would like to make an 8th in the form of Scotland. Dario Franchitti trying to close in on that white and blue number 15 machine of Takuma Sato.
The 50 machine of Dario Franchitti goes to the bottom side of Takuma Sato, and he will make the pass at the entrance to turn 3. Scott Dixon is there. Then it's James Hinchcliffe, and the great run for Justin Wilson continues in the North Shore Chute.
Dario Franchitti, the 2-time winner. They are making noise in turn 4. Franchitti will lead.
Dario across the yard of bricks will lead the 153rd lap. Here comes his teammate Scott Dixon. He will make quick work of Taku as well. So the target Chip Ganassi Racing boys run 1-2, Jake Query.
It is red, then the white and blue of Sato, the bright green of James Hinchcliffe. But Dario Franchitti, we've seen it so many times before, for the 7th time, he's a leader of the Indy 500.
Hinch fast early, fell off a little bit. It appears as though they've massaged it and found some speed for him again. He tries to dial in Sato at the exit of 3.
And now the 2 red and white Hondas, they make that left-hand turn out of turn 4. 1-2, it is the Ganassis, and then Sato with Hinchcliffe in 4th.
Okay, so Davey, how does strategy change when you're working with your teammate behind you versus another driver from another team?
Well, there's one more pit stop to be made, Mike, and I think they can just take it easy right now. They know they're first and second. They don't need to run away from the field knowing that there's another pit stop left. and if there's any pressure on them, they know they could take off. But more than likely, I mean, we don't know, but a yellow could come out again, and if they were to take off, they would lose it all anyway.
Changes. The pace car is off the track at the line. 171 laps will be complete. 29 laps remain, and we'll be with you commercial free. As across the line, it's Scott Dixon, followed by his teammate Dario Franchitti, and then a gaggle of 5 cars. Jake Query fighting it out for third.
Scott Dixon had said the win was tricky in 2, but so far so good. Dario Franchitti right behind him. Justin Wilson worked his way around Takuma Sato, and suddenly Justin Wilson, Mark, wants to join that target party.
So Wilson and Kanaan go side by side down the straightaway, side by side into one. They're fanning out 5 wide down the main straightaway as the leaders go into turn number 3. Marco Andretti broke loose in turn number 3. He gathered it back in, Chris Denari.
Here they come out of the short chute, and with the lead is Dario Franchitti. After him is teammate Dixon, and now they are 3 wide on the front straightaway.
Takuma Sato looks to the inside. Tony Kanaan looks to the outside of Justin Wilson. Neither of them, though, Jake Query can make the pass as they head to UN2.
It's like a group of marbles that is just spinning in a million directions, it would seem. Dario Franchitti now back up in front. Then it's Scott Dixon. Then Justin Wilson. Takuma Sato right on the heels of Justin Wilson.
Franchitti, the beneficiary for now of being out in front. He has his teammate in tow. Then Justin Wilson with a great ride. Then Sato, Ed Carpenter all over Tony Kanaan in the exit of 3.
And now Franchitti through the short chute, wheels down off the white line, about a 4-car length advantage over Dixon. Then it's Wilson and Sato.
It looks like right now Scott Dixon might be in the catbird seat. Here comes Takuma Sato. He'll go to the low side of Justin Wilson, Jake Query in turn number 1.
I've got a feeling it's going to be this way, guys, for the next 27 circuits. Just as you say that, Justin Wilson gets past now. It's Tony Kanaan. Tony Kanaan moves into 4th. You've got the 2 targets up front, but here comes TK.
By the fan response, Tony Kanaan, the proverbial favorite. A pass into turn number 1. Scott Dixon by Dario Franchitti. Tony Kanaan all over Takuma Sato in 4.
It's Takuma Sato following the 2 red and white target cars. It's Dixon, Franchitti, Sato, and then making a pass, getting around Kanaan as a car.
Here comes Ed Carpenter. Ed Carpenter will get past Tony Kanaan. He'll move to the low side. He's got the position. Ed Carpenter right now with Chevy Power, Jake Query. He could be the man to watch in the closing laps as he heads to UN2.
Ryan Briscoe all hope to stay within striking distance. Rubens Barrichello has worked his way up to 10.
But it's the top 5 mark that have really broken away, and that 5th car is Sato, as here come the target cars and another pass.
Yeah, here we go. The 50 car of Dario Franchitti will move to the inside of his teammate, and Dario Franchitti. Donald Davidson with 179 laps complete, 31 lead changes. It's a hot day here at Indy for more reasons than one.
One of my favorite records has just gone by the wayside. The all-time record for lead changes from 1960 of 29. In the time that I got your attention, we tied it, and we beat it, and we went ahead by 2. So it's now 31, and probably a couple more still to go.
So a record for heat, Jerry Baker, and a record for passes, and we're going to see many more before this one's over with.
Like Ed Carpenter just went to fuel mixture 7. Davey maybe can tell us what that means.
Well, it's hard to say with the Chevrolets what that means. That means probably leaning it down. I would have to think that he's probably saving fuel with that Chevrolet at this point.
Jake Query, it looks like Ed Carpenter may be backing up just a bit. We've got a spin.
That's Ed Carpenter, just as you say it. He made contact to the inside. I'm not sure whether or not he actually got the car. And we've seen this a lot, guys. Between 1 and 2, he made a spin. Just before it looked like he was going to make full contact, he saved it. Everyone went low and got around him. But what heartbreak for Ed Carpenter. Guys, I think once again, as we saw with Anna Beatrice, they spin out. Brian Clausen did the same thing.
184 laps will be complete at the line. They're fanning out 3 wide, 4 wide now. Moving to the inside, Tony Kanaan has gone to 2nd. Here comes Ryan Briscoe. Kanaan will go for the lead in 1. He's got it. TK, Jake Query has taken the lead on lap 185.
This is something that has everyone on their feet. Tony Kanaan, Lloyd Ruby somewhere's pumping his fist. TK has the lead into turn number 3.
I'm telling you, these fans are going absolutely bonkers in turn number 3. Tony Kanaan, fans are waving. He takes the lead in Indianapolis into the north end.
The fans fans here in the north end have double fist pumps up for Tony Kanaan. Now he's trying to hold off Dario Franchitti, and now Franchitti makes the pass.
Unbelievable. Tony Kanaan, what a pass to get to the front, but it all goes away right there. Here comes the 50 of Dario Franchitti. Franchitti will go back to the front on lap 186. Jake Query, as they head back to you.
They are great friends off the track. They are great competitors on the track. Dario Franchitti just ahead of Tony Kanaan. Ryan Briscoe, Scott Dixon running in fourth.
Yeah, all of a sudden the pole sitter's back in the mix. He's got Scott Dixon do his bottom side. Now Sato wants to get by Wilson. He slipped by him and he'll grab the 5th spot at the apex of 3.
Guys, it was Ryan Briscoe that got a great jump. He was in 8th, 9th, 10th position. Now he's in 3rd.
So here come the race leaders, and Scott Dixon wants a piece of Ryan Briscoe. He moves to the inside, not going to be able to get it done in turn number 1. Jake Query this time by.
You remember what Al Unser Jr. once said, there comes a time in every race where winning is the only thing that matters. Tony Kanaan is one of those guys that just has that spirit of a fighting competition. He's trying to reel in Dario Franchitti.
He said earlier this week he's looked at that Borg Warner trophy many, many times, wonders if he'll ever see his face on it. Tony Kanaan doing all he can to get there today.
Those two cars have broken away. It's Franchitti by a couple of car lengths over Kanaan. Kanaan out of 4 went to the white line. Now he looks to make another pass.
Here he comes. They're side by side across the yard of bricks. Give the lead to the 11 car of Tony Kanaan. Can he hold on? He's got the spot. He'll be the leader with 187 complete. Jake Query, they head to 2.
Remember that record he said, oh, we got a crash on the south end of the track. Dario Franchitti was trying to close in on Kanaan, but in between turn number 1 and turn number 2, and you're not going to believe who it is, Marco Andretti. He comes to a stop in turn number 2. He got loose just at the outset as he was leaving turn number 1. Marco Andretti right in front of me. Coming into today, the Andrettis had led 1,020 laps at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and it looked to be Marco's day today for a while, but it comes to a disappointing end.
Tony Kanaan trailed by Dario Franchitti. A good start it looks like for Kanaan. Franchitti and Dixon right behind.
Green flag is out. Tony Kanaan will move to the high side. Here comes the 50 car of Dario Franchitti, followed by his teammate. So the target cars will go to the front, and Jake Query, it looked like the 11 car gave him that position. He does not want to lead here late in this race one as he's headed through turn number 2.
So it's Dario Franchitti that will. Dario Franchitti in the lead right now. Then it's Scott Dixon. Those two about 6 car lengths ahead of Tony Kanaan.
Who's the best poker player in IndyCar racing? Is it Tony Kanaan? We'll see as Target goes 1-2 with Franchitti, Dixon, then Kanaan through the north end.
Well, those red and white Target cars have a pretty good gap, and now a 2 car length advantage for Franchitti over his teammate Dixon. They have run away from the group.
Okay, Tony Kanaan about to give up a position here, but now we've got a race for the lead. The 9 of Scott Dixon moves to the inside of Dario Franchitti, Jake Query. So it will be Dixon the leader in turn number 2.
Dario had told me that you could start to get into that toe from nearly an in the short shoot, so maybe he's setting up Scott Dixon. Right now it's just rotation of leader. Scott Dixon, it's his turn.
TK needs to hurry, maybe needs some help from the machine of Takuma Sato. Actually, Sato needs some help from Kanaan if he wants to push up and grab that top 2 as they head into 4.
They qualified 15th and 16th, but now they run 1-2, Dixon and Franchitti.
Well, they definitely showed their colors on Carb Day here. We've got another move by Dario Franchitti. They'll exchange the lead one more time. Dario goes to the front in 1, Jake Query.
And Takuma Sato is a spectator of all of this. He finds himself about 50 yards or so behind Scott Dixon. Dario Franchitti, the leader. He's got a 3 car length advantage over his teammates.
Sato with a podium in the U.S. Grand Prix, looking for a podium in the Indianapolis 500. Tony Kanaan is right there trying to reel in Sato with the apex of turn 3.
Sato is pulling close to Dixon, but now Dixon right on the back wing of Dario Franchitti. Will he make the pass down the front straightaway?
34 lead changes today, about to be 35, 100. 97 laps are complete. And once again, it is Scott Dixon out in front. We've got less than 3 laps remaining, Jake Query.
At some point, somebody's going to have to say, okay, this is the lap where I don't let someone pass me. But right now, it's Scott Dixon's turn. Dixon, Franchitti, Sato, and Kanan.
Again, Sato wants to hang around. He wants to be a part of this party. He's in the third spot right now. 5 car lengths back is TK. Dario trails his teammate heading toward 4.
Well, the top 3, though, have run away a little bit. It's Dixon, Franchitti, and Sato, then another 10 car lengths back to Tony Kanaan. Let's see what happens here, Mike.
198 laps complete at the line once again. It looks like another lead change is imminent, but this time Tony Kanaan's going to make a little noise. He's going to follow Dario Franchitti, so he'll go to second. They'll relegate Dixon back to third.
Takuma Sato now in the second place. He has split up that target party. Can Takuma Sato be the one to take the Borg-Warner trophy? Mark James to you.
Takuma Sato trying to reel in the number 9 machine of Dario Franchitti as they exit turn number 3.
It is Takuma Sato about a 10-car length disadvantage now. He's in second. He is behind the leader, Dario Franchitti, looking for win number 3.
The white flag is out. Takuma Sato, the Rahal Letterman Lanigan driver, now pulling up on the leader. Dario Franchitti, will he make the move? No, he'll crash in turn number 1. Jake Query. Sato crashes, trying to make the pass for the lead on the final lap of the race.
Dario Franchitti got through that, and Takuma Sato did not. Dario Franchitti, assuming he can keep those hands on the wheel and the fuel holds up, is about to become a 3-time winner at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Dario Franchitti, then Scott Dixon, then Tony Kanaan lead this field through the apex of turn number 3. They're working their way in front of Kristen Airy.
Guys, we have never seen anything like it in the history of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So many lead changes, and here he comes, Dario Franchitti.
Dario Franchitti watches Sato spin and hit the wall behind him on the final lap of the race. He and his teammate will cross the yard of bricks. Side by side, the fist pumping. Dario Franchitti becomes a 3-time winner.